I'm a detective of the supernatural. 2 years ago, my sister Allie went missing. I've been looking for her ever since. Each case I solve brings me one step closer to finding her. This is my story.
Gledam. Ne mogu da otvorim VOD stranicu, nešto. Već kad su upali stream, da tam sam ja, mislim, ono... Kod mene je malo kasnije, a meni kod... ne znam, meni dalje offline piše.
For a couple weeks now, the city's been plagued by strange fire breakouts. The story's all over the news. But what's missing from the news is that there are people disappearing with each new fire breakout. SFPD is keeping this
ti pokrenuo drugi ovaj, što nisi rekao? Sad vidim. Ja mislim na onom istom ćeš pokrenuti.
info under wraps. An old buddy of mine from the force, Marv, asked me to help him out with this case. I managed to identify one of the perps causing the fires. I ended up chasing this pyromaniac through the streets. I chased the killer into a dead-end street. He had nowhere to go. Missed me by the skin of my teeth. No more pulling punches. There he goes. Yuck. What? He went through one of those 3 tunnels. Which one? There he is. I hate closed spaces. as the burning monster filled. He was behind the fires, all right. But who was behind him? What the hell?
This is not over.
What the hell was that thing? What's that? It's a cot. I should call Marv and fill him in.
Adam, what's the status?
I got him. Whatever that guy was, he was no ordinary human.
I guessed as much. That's why we called you in on this one. Supernatural is your thing. I'll send a team to your location to set up the scene. Go home, Adam.
Marv was pleased. There was nothing more I could do that night. Sleep would bring me little And there she was. My sister Allie. And her disappearance, which keeps haunting me. In my dreams, I'm reaching out to her. She always slips through my fingers. Something wasn't right. Things were not where I left them last night. I had a visitor while I was asleep. A visitor who left clues. Nothing seems out of the ordinary here. The moment I held it in my hands, I simply knew. This will change everything. A watch. Why would someone leave me a watch? It's a strange symbol. There's some marks on the paper. $3.20 on the wrapping paper that came with the watch. This can't be a coincidence. What in the name of... That was intense. Allie, my sister. This is where I kept track of her case. All these years and still not any closer to finding her. That's the last picture of Allie and me. Before a photo of her apartment. The way I found it after success. I know this file like the back of my hand, and this wasn't here before. Someone left a message for me. It's a cod. That name rings a bell.
No, ja używam, sam tyle.
Staccato Gallery. First that pyromaniac, now this. This place was definitely worth paying a visit. But first things first. The visitor had to have left fingerprints on the paper. There's Allie's business card. I remember how proud my old cell phone, still in working condition. A metronome, musician's best friend. Helps. Allie made this straw man statuette when we were kids. This photo of Allie is a few years old. She disappeared shortly after this was taken. This veil is a memento from my first case as a detective of the Gold Medal of Valor. It was the high point of my police career. This looking glass was a present from Marv when I was made detective. I gave up smoking years ago, but I still keep this lighter. You never know when you're gonna... Wow, it's been ages since I played any games. This one... Oh, my comic book collection used to be huge. Hey, my old police badge. This actually might still open... Gotcha. I'll take a photo of it and send it to Marv. He can run it through the database. Hey, Marv, I got a favor to ask. I just sent you a partial fingerprint. Can you run it through your database?
Sure, but it'll take some time. Any suspects we should focus on?
Nah, I got no idea who might belong to, but just run it against everything.
Okay. I'll send it to forensics, and call you when I have something.
While Marv works his magic, I'm off to investigate this gallery. No rest for the wicked. The gallery gave off a strange vibe. I knew the security room would be the perfect place to look for clues.
Greetings. I am Saeed Al-Qadir. Welcome to my exhibition.
Nice to meet you. Name's Adam Wolfe.
I've heard of you, Mr. Wolfe. You dabble in supernatural things.
I'm investigating the recent conflagrations that plagues...
We've had several fires here, but many in San Francisco can say the same. Do
you mind if I had a look around?
Not at all, Mr. Wolfe.
Touch me again, and you lose the hand.
Sorry.
Jesi skinuo?
Jesi chill cijeli pek da skini.
Pa ne, samo sličicu jednu. Klikneš na nju, desni klik download. Save images.
Save.
Samo sekunda. Sad ideš u World of Tanks, res mode, XVM res. Jesi otvorio to?
Res modes i nemam niđe XCM, imam fig modes.
Otvori modes.
Modes, shared resource. Ovo mi on poslu od njega, evo sve.
Pa jesi Jel radi ti Extreme?
Ja radi ono logo sve. Znam ja Extreme kada sam Cookie Baby ja vidio, ali sam ja izbrstao zbog baš Six Sense. Nisam znao promijeniti. Kad otvorim res mods, imaju mi samo pečevi i na dnu config i mod.
Ček sam, idi configs.
Čekaj,
This
zašto?
was sure to give me a view of the entire gallery. The guard would have surely found me and kicked me out. I needed to find a way to stay the night.
Ja?
Nema ništa u configima. Ha. Aj, prati sad kako ide. Press modes.
Ja?
Modes.
Ja?
Create resources.
Ja?
XVM.
Ja?
I idi ovu resdal.
Ja?
Imaš tu sad Six Sense PNG. Sad tu ikon što si skinuo.
Ja? Da je
Da
replace
imenuj tako. Imenuj
Aha,
tako
da je sta-
Six
Ja.
Sense.png. I applyaj tu.
Rename.
Znači to je to. Al moraš estati igru. Znaš.
Ma, znam to. Eto i ti
Eto.
play, nisam uopšte na vodcom te pitao, onako za...
No, to je to, uglavnom.
Thank you.
Is anyone there?
Some sort of connection here. The fires. They all happen at midnight.
Who are
Možda
you?
i Zija posle ove, samo mi završimo još jedan part.
Ako ne zaspi,
To 9 sati.
a zato i kažem.
Da ne ideš u šupu.
I need to spend the night.
Sir,
Pa ide,
I
super.
I'm the detective
don't know about any, but if I'm to
Is
let you...
anyone there?
Okay, take the keys to my...
Jesi Ondrej već bio prešao? Adam Wolfe, mislim, jesi već jednom bio prešao?
Well,
Znam sad
the only thing
napraviti sve,
left to
jel?
do is wait for midnight. There's a fire in the gallery. I have to get out. I have to put out that fire as soon as possible.
Ne skineš sebi neku drugu koju nisam već uzeti. Sebi ne skineš neku drugu koju nisam rešao. Mislim, neku sličnu. A nisi prošao. Što nju mi?
That was close. Oh, crap. There's no going back now. I'll have to jump. Here goes nothing! The landing was out of the shadows.
Mr. Wolfe, you have no idea what you got yourself into. I hope you will survive the experience.
After that, I just let go. And the I awoke in a strange room. That demon almost got me, but
He's seen too much. He should be eliminated.
Do you know who this is? He is Adam Wolfe, the detective of the supernatural.
I don't like it.
You hardly like anybody, Fang. Mr. Wolfe, please.
why don't we just start?
My name is Antoine Delacroix. These are my associates. But, as you said, let's start at the beginning. Our story dates quite a... Our paths led us to each other, and we all found ourselves at the resting place of Kanjar. The dagger... The dagger... All was well until one of us, Joseph Whitman, died. It broke the pact we made, and the consequences were dire. A demonic entity was released from the dagger. Since one of us died, we now all have to die. And Mr. Wolfe, we don't want to.
I can understand that.
White. Whitman was a scholar. His home.
I didn't care much for Whitman or his evergreen buddies. But if that demon wasn't stopped, the entire city would burn to the ground. I took the case.
touch the dagger and hear the dagger can prolong life, but it is guarded by Arahad, a fiery ghost. In order to possess and keep that power, a pact had to be made with Arahad. Every 2 years, the dagger would switch custody between. The first to hold the dagger shall be the Al-Qadir family. Al-Qadirs are descendants of an ancient Arabic bloodline, wealthy beyond imagination. Next in line to guard the dagger will be the Crumbs. The Crumbs are known as cunning bankers who amassed their fortune. The dagger then moves into the hands of Fangs, whose ancestors advised the Chinese emperors themselves. Ever moving, the incredible wealth of the Delacroix family grew from their cotton plantations to the south. The dagger's journey ends in the hands of the Whitman family. Whitmans, a line of and none of the family shall hurt the other, lest they all burn for breaking. As long as this pact is upheld, the cycle shall repeat forever and again, granting life eternal.
Seems I walked into a crime scene. Whitman was murdered. All the collectors and their holy grail. Dagger, that is.
A? A, pa vi pišete valjda tam da imaš ljudi. Ajde igraj tu Siberiju, kako ti nije dosadno igrat to kad si prošao?
What's this? There's secrecy and then there's paranoia. I say Whitman.
Tu sam ja znam, gledam, hoću leći.
The police gave this place a thorough sweep. I should get in touch with Marv.
Jel?
Adam, is this about the fingerprint you sent me? Forensics are still working.
Good to know.
Yes.
The guy called. I need to know the time of the murder.
Let me check.
I had to get to the bottom of this. Whitman was key to stopping that flame monstrosity.
Izašao.
Must have left some clues on how to take it down.
Vidno je nešto ti slažeš tamo. Neke lavirinte, šta je to? Neki